Hi, good evening. I'm Dr. Sridhar Kalyanasudaram and welcome to the channel. In the series on expert sessions, today we have a much awaited session on pediatric dentistry. We have with us Dr. Saniya Maryam, who is a pediatric dentist, and she has trained in Chennai, and she has done her pediatric dentistry, the MDS in pediatric dentistry at the prestigious Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education in Chandigarh, which is in North India. Currently, she's not working in Dubai yet because she just had premature twins, which we had the privilege to manage. Welcome, Dr. Saniya.
Welcome, sir. Thank you, sir.
So the idea of this session is basically to give parents an overview of dental care in children, especially in terms of how to prevent caries, when to start brushing, how to brush, and also when they should actually come and see a pediatric dentist like you. I know you are a rare species, so I wish we had more pediatric dentists. Over to you, Dr. Saniya.
Thank you, sir. So infant oral health care, which we are going to be talking about today, is a very relevant topic, but it's very, very misunderstood due to many misconceptions which are there today. So I'll try to clear those misconceptions as well as tell you some tips through which you can maintain this infant oral health care. I'll be sharing my screen. I've put the topic in slides mostly so that it will be helpful for you. So the topic for today is infant oral health care. As soon as we talk about infant oral health care, the main concern about parents is regarding teething. When are teeth coming? Why is it still not come? Or if it has come early and all stuff. So teething is mostly, as a process, it starts at around 6 months, but it is not constant. There is a huge range of variation. And as a pediatric dentist, unless the child is about 1 year old, we are not very concerned if teeth are not there in the mouth as of yet. Even in such a case, if you have a doubt, you should visit a pediatric dentist. By just palpating the gum pads or viewing the gum pads, we'll be able to make out if the teeth are there or not, and if they further require any radiographic examination or not. So coming to the teeth which are already present. Sir, 1 second. The main concern with primary teeth as pediatric dentists which we face is early childhood caries. This is a devastating condition which we see very commonly now because of the diet which children have as well as the lack of brushing habits. So this starts as soon as the first tooth erupts in the mouth. It's due to the adverse conditions which build up over time that as soon as 10 months we see children who are having this condition. This condition can be identified just by white spots in the early stages. At this stage, if you're identified, you can completely reverse the condition. But as it progresses further, when you develop yellow spots and when there's involvement of all the teeth, it's very difficult to reverse it easily. So the cause is basically the bacteria which is transmitted from the mother. And this kind of transmission happens by kissing the child on the mouth and also by tasting the utensils or spoons which are used to feed the child. The most critical period in which this transmission happens is at the time of tooth eruption. So maternal oral health is very important to ensure the oral health of the child. And coming to the prevention of this dental caries, the most important step would also be to prevent the transmission from the caregiver and also to have early diagnosis. For early diagnosis, we recommend lift the lip technique. That is, even parents can follow this technique where they just lift the lip to examine the front teeth if they are having any carious lesions. Apart from that, internally we can strengthen the tooth structure so that it is less prone to developing caries, and also we can make small changes in the diet to reduce the sugar consumption, especially in between meals. So the first step in prevention which we recommend is using fluoridated toothpaste. This is a very common misconception that children should not use toothpaste. If we see the current recommendations, the use of fluoride toothpaste has a significant improvement in preventing dental caries. The amount is critical because we don't want to expose the children to too much of fluoride at a young age. Even as soon as the first tooth erupts, we can start using a smear of fluoride toothpaste. We can see the comparison to a single rice grain to indicate the size of the fluoride which has to be used. This is for up to 3 years. This much of toothpaste is enough, and twice daily brushing is mandatory. If we take a region like the UAE, it is a fluoride deficient region. The fluoride level in the water is very low. So using fluoride toothpaste at a young age will have a beneficial effect in preventing caries. Second thing is, do not delay visiting your dentist until you develop symptoms. Ideally, within 6 months of eruption of the first tooth, we recommend that a pediatric dentist should be visited. So why do we recommend fluoride toothpaste? Fluoride is something which strengthens the tooth structure from within. As soon as the tooth comes into the mouth, it is not mature. It is very porous, so cavities happen very fast. If there is this ingredient called sodium fluoride or stannous fluoride in your toothpaste, it will strengthen the tooth and prevent dental caries from developing. So there's a small video in which we can just see, even before the tooth eruption, how we can clean the gum pads.
How to clean a baby's gums. Although your baby's toothless grin is adorable, bacteria can build up on her gums, so it's important to keep them clean even before those first pearly whites pop through. You will need a baby with a toothless grin, a washcloth, and some cool water. Step 1. Soak the washcloth in cool water and wring it out until it's just damp. Step 2. Wrap the damp cloth around your finger. Step 3. Gently run the cloth over the surface of your baby's gums. Make sure to swipe both the upper and lower surfaces. You shouldn't have any trouble squeezing your finger past your baby's lips, but if you do...
So as we saw in this video, all we need is a clean washcloth and probably sterile water. Just dip the washcloth in the water and wipe the gum pads even before the tooth erupts. This will help to prevent the bacteria from colonizing the mouth at a very early stage. The next slide is for slightly older infants. How do we brush the teeth? Before the tooth erupts, using a washcloth is just enough, or you can just use a sterile gauze also. But once the tooth starts erupting, it's better to use something which is a little bit more abrasive, like a finger toothbrush or even an infant toothbrush. And as I said before, especially in a fluoride deficient region like the
Tooth
UAE,
decay is one of the
better
most
to
common
use a
childhood
fluoride
diseases.
toothpaste.
Almost half of children develop tooth decay in their baby teeth. Good oral care can prevent decay. It's best to start early, at about 3 months, by wiping their gums gently with a clean, damp face cloth after every feeding. You can begin using a toothbrush as soon as your child's first tooth appears. Brush their teeth at least twice a day, first thing in the morning and right before bed. Most children like to brush their own teeth. Encourage them, but do a follow-up brushing yourself. Use a small toothbrush with soft, rounded bristles. Until your child is 3 years old, you probably don't need to use toothpaste unless your dentist recommends it. If your dentist does suggest using toothpaste, use only a small amount of fluoridated toothpaste, the size of a grain of rice. When your child is over 3, smear a thin amount of regular toothpaste on the tips of the bristles. At a 45-degree angle, start brushing where the gums meet the teeth. Make sure you teach him to brush the fronts, backs, and tops of each tooth, and keep the pressure gentle. Brushing too hard.
From this picture, we can make out that the best position to brush a child's teeth is not from the front or making the child sleep. Especially at this age, the gag reflex in children is very high. So if you make a child sleep and you put some paste in the brush and you try to brush the child, they were obviously going to have a negative attitude towards brushing. So it's better to have the child seated on the lap, like in this picture, with the child's face resting on your chest. And then from the back, we can brush the teeth. This is especially helpful if you're facing a mirror. So even the child gets an idea about what you're trying to do with his teeth. The second factor which is very important for dental caries is diet. So diet in the first few months, especially in the first 1 year of life, as dentists, we definitely recommend that do not give anything except for water or milk in the feeding bottle. And once the tooth erupts, it's better to try to put a stop to nighttime feeding or ad libitum breastfeeding. And using a washcloth after every meal might not be possible, but at night before the child goes to sleep, definitely use a washcloth or a finger brush to clean the surfaces of the teeth. Using juice or giving juice to young children is not recommended, especially up to the first year of life. Even after that, maximum half cup of very dilute juice can be given, but it's not a replacement for giving fruit itself. And last but not the least, as I said before, I would say the first dental visit should be within 6 months of eruption of the first tooth in the mouth. This way you can identify any problem early, even if it develops. If caries develops, if you see that your child is having white spots or brown spots on his teeth, do not wait till the child is symptomatic or she's telling that there is food getting stuck, is developing pain, because there is something called as a silver diamine fluoride application. With that, even in the early stages of dental caries, we can just arrest the caries and prevent it from progressing further. This will be a simple chairside procedure taking as much as 5 minutes of time. However, if we wait for a longer time until the patient is symptomatic, he might require treatment under sedation or GA. So to avoid this, it's best to have the first visit by the first birthday of the child. Thank you.
Can you stop sharing as well? Thank you. That was very helpful. One common question we get from parents is about cleaning the tongue. So is there any requirement for that?
Yes, so we can clean. We don't recommend a separate tongue cleaner as such for cleaning, because that might abrade the surface of the tongue. Using the bristles of the brush itself, slightly if you brush with a soft brush, you can just brush, or in very young children, using that same washcloth which you have dipped in water, you can just rub the surface gently of the tongue. You don't need to use a tongue cleaner as such to clean them.
And this washcloth can be regularly washed.
I'm sorry, sir?
This washcloth should be regularly washed to prevent contamination from that.
Definitely, after every use, and dip it in sterile water and use better for a young baby.
One question about the mother's oral health and the baby's health. I mean, is it because of the bacteria going across from the mother's mouth to the baby?
Yes, sir. There is many case where we say that there is a genetic transmission of high risk for dental caries. One of the main reasons for this is the maternal levels of mutant streptococci, the bacteria which is causing dental caries. The mother or the primary caregiver is mainly in contact with the child. So the transmission of the maternal bacteria happens to the child. If we maintain good oral health in the mother and reduce the levels of mutant streptococci in the mother, there is a good chance that we will prevent early transmission of this bacteria to the child, and thereby help to reduce the level of caries developing in the child also.
And reducing the sweet and sticky substances is to reduce the streptococcus taking root.
Yes, sir. These sweet and sticky substances, they adhere to the tooth structure. They form a fertile bed for the bacteria to stick to the teeth. So definitely, the first 1 or 2 years of life, avoid giving, especially in a semi-liquid to liquid form, because they adhere to the teeth more. Avoid giving sweet, sticky substances.
Thank you, Dr. Saniya. It was very helpful, and hope you join somewhere here soon so that the families can benefit from your support. And thank you, viewers. And if you have any suggestions or comments or questions for Dr. Saniya, please mention it in the comment section. I'm sure we'll have her in the near future as well for another expert session on pediatric dentistry. And thank you for watching, and hope you subscribe and encourage your friends to share and subscribe as well. Thank you.